Excess body weight affects far more than appearance. Deep inside the body, fat tissue actively releases hormones, inflammatory molecules, and metabolic signals that influence many organs. When adipose tissue expands beyond healthy levels, these signals begin to disturb the delicate balance required for reproduction. Fat cells behave like hormone-producing glands. As they grow larger, they release chemical messengers into the bloodstream. These molecules travel throughout the body and interfere with normal hormonal communication, especially the signals that control fertility. One of the most important reproductive control systems begins in the brain. The hypothalamus and pituitary gland coordinate hormonal signals that regulate the ovaries in women and the testes in men. When metabolic stress and hormonal disruption occur, this communication pathway becomes less precise, weakening the signals that normally guide reproduction. In women, excess fat tissue increases the production of estrogen. Although estrogen is essential for reproductive health, too much of it can disrupt the natural rhythm of the menstrual cycle. The ovaries rely on carefully timed hormonal signals to mature and release an egg. When these signals become unbalanced, ovulation may become irregular or may not occur at all. Another important metabolic factor is insulin. In individuals with obesity, the body often develops insulin resistance. This means cells do not respond effectively to insulin, causing insulin levels in the bloodstream to rise. Elevated insulin can stimulate the ovaries to produce excess androgen hormones, which interferes with normal egg development. Inside the ovary, egg cells mature within tiny fluid-filled structures called follicles. These follicles require the correct hormonal environment to grow and release a healthy egg. When hormonal signals become disrupted, follicle development can slow down or become irregular, reducing the chances that a mature egg will be released. Even when ovulation occurs, the quality of the egg can be affected. Egg cells require a stable metabolic environment with balanced nutrients and minimal cellular stress. In obesity, increased inflammation and oxidative stress can damage the delicate internal structures of the egg. Within every egg cell are tiny energy-producing structures called mitochondria. These organelles provide the energy needed for fertilization and early embryo development. When metabolic stress damages these mitochondria, the egg may lose its ability to support healthy fertilization. After fertilization, the developing embryo must travel to the uterus and attach to the uterine lining. This lining, called the endometrium, prepares each month to receive a fertilized embryo. Hormones guide the thickening and preparation of this tissue so that implantation can occur. However, obesity can alter the environment of the uterus. Inflammation and hormonal imbalance may change the structure and receptivity of the endometrium. If the uterine lining does not develop properly, the embryo may struggle to attach and grow. While these processes affect female fertility, obesity also influences reproductive function in men. The testes rely on balanced hormone levels and precise temperature regulation to produce healthy sperm. One major hormone involved in male fertility is testosterone. Excess fat tissue contains an enzyme called aromatase that converts testosterone into estrogen. As this conversion increases, testosterone levels decline, weakening the signals that stimulate sperm production. Inside the testes are tightly coiled structures known as seminiferous tubules. These tubules are responsible for producing millions of sperm cells each day. Lower testosterone levels can slow this process, reducing the number of sperm produced. Temperature also plays a crucial role in sperm development. The testes are located outside the body because sperm production requires slightly cooler temperatures. Excess fat around the abdomen and groin can raise local temperatures, which may impair sperm formation. As sperm cells develop, they must form the correct structure to function properly. Each sperm has a head containing genetic material, a midpiece that produces energy, and a tail that propels it forward. Metabolic stress can interfere with this development, leading to abnormal sperm shapes. Sperm motility, or movement, is essential for fertilization. After ejaculation, sperm must travel through the female reproductive tract to reach the egg. If sperm move slowly or inefficiently, their chances of reaching the egg decrease significantly. Oxidative stress is another factor that affects sperm quality. Reactive molecules circulating in the body can damage the DNA inside sperm cells. When this genetic material becomes fragmented, fertilization may fail or embryo development may be compromised. Inflammation linked to obesity can also spread throughout the reproductive system. Inflammatory molecules travel through the bloodstream and influence tissues in both the ovaries and the testes. These signals disrupt normal cellular function and weaken reproductive processes. Metabolic conditions such as insulin resistance further complicate fertility. Elevated insulin and glucose levels interfere with hormone regulation in both men and women, altering the biological environment required for reproduction. Fertilization itself is a delicate interaction between a healthy sperm cell and a mature egg. The sperm must reach the egg, penetrate its outer layer, deliver its genetic material. When sperm quality declines and egg health is compromised, this process becomes far less efficient. Even when fertilization does occur, the early embryo must divide and grow before implanting in the uterus. If either the egg or sperm carries damaged cellular components, the embryo may struggle to develop normally. Conception is therefore the result of many interconnected biological events: balanced hormones, healthy reproductive cells, successful fertilization, and proper implantation. When obesity disrupts multiple stages of this sequence, the overall probability of pregnancy decreases. Understanding these biological mechanisms reveals how closely reproductive health is tied to overall metabolic balance. The body's reproductive systems depend on precise communication between hormones, cells, and organs. When metabolic health improves, hormonal signaling becomes more stable, inflammation decreases, and reproductive tissues function more efficiently. Supporting overall health can therefore help restore the biological conditions necessary for successful fertilization and conception. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy exploring the science of the human body through detailed visual explanations, consider subscribing for more videos that reveal the fascinating biology happening inside us every day.